Hello, Namaskar viewers. I am Sanjeev Pandya welcoming you to another edition of the Tax Talk with AJ right here on ITV Gold. This weekly show brings you all the latest that you need to know about taxes, personal taxes, corporate taxes, what has changed and what you need to know when it comes to deduction and how you can save money on the taxes. But the most important thing is that how to file your taxes right. And that's where Sai CPA Services can help you out. A full-fledged accounting firm, bookkeeping firm, and the payroll services located here in state of New Jersey, multiple locations, and their trained staff, trained CPAs, experienced and knowledgeable CPAs on hand will definitely help you out with any tax matter that you have, personal taxes or corporate taxes. Now we are in month of April, so that means we're only few days away, a couple of weeks away. April 18th is a deadline, so make sure that you get onto it right now and give Sai CPA Services a call for your tax matter. You can give them a call at 908-380-6876 or visit their website saicpaservices.com. With that note, I'd like to welcome Mr. AJ Kumar of Sai CPA Services to the show. Sir, good to have you once again.
Thank you, Sanjeevji. I appreciate the kind introduction and I'm looking forward to the tax deadline.
Okay, that's right. April 18th is the deadline. And in today's show, we're also going to have an individual who is actually a CA, meaning Chartered Accountant from India, visiting USA, and he's going to be joining us and he's going to be sharing his knowledge and also let us know about how certain things work in India. With the accounting practices and whatnot. And that is Mr. Amit Goel. I'd like to welcome him. Amit, welcome to the show.
You are welcome, Sanjeevji.
All right, good to have you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. चलो ठीक है. जब आप यहाँ पे आ ही गए हो, आप CA हो और ये अजय जी हमारे जो है CPA है और मैं आप दोनों को कंबाइन करने वाली डिग्री मेरे पास है.
Yes. Absolutely.
तो डेफिनेटली हम तीनों मिलके कुछ अच्छी सी बात करेंगे. आज AJ बात हो जाए गिफ्ट टैक्स को लेके.
Absolutely.
Gift tax obviously can be very confusing. It can also have a lot of different things to understand what can be done, what not can be done. So let's start with gift tax in US. Who pays how much?
Absolutely. Let's start there. But before we even go into the gift taxes, and we are happy to discuss gift taxes, we want our viewers to know that when the gift happens, when these situations happens, we all come from a foreign country. If not you, your parents came from a foreign country. We still have links, we still have ties to the foreign country. So we come across a lot of situations when we have the Indian taxes and the US taxes all got intermingled.
Right.
And we have to worry about the gift is going to India, gift is coming from India. What should I do? Who is going to file? How much to file? What's the tax rate? And that's what we have our Indian expert, Mr. Goel. Amit Goel works for Sai CPA Services. He's one of our resident CA.
Sure.
And we have the Indian angle and the US angle together for our viewers to clarify the situation.
That would be interesting. All right, so let's start with the gift tax and the limits here in US.
Absolutely. So in US, for 2023, the gift tax limit for no filing is $17,000. What we mean is, one person can give up to $17,000 to another person with absolutely no taxes and no filing obligation. So let's say a US person, when we say US person, we are talking about somebody who has a social security number or some sort of US residency. Let's say somebody is buying a home. They call the dad, the parents, I need some money. So the dad, the father, can give up to $17,000 to the son. Mom can give up to $17,000 to the son. Dad can give up to $17,000 to the daughter-in-law, assuming they are married, and so can the mom. So in total, this $17,000 limit, which is per person to per person, in this example, becomes $68,000.
Correct. Yes.
So up to this limit, you don't have any filing obligation. You do not need to do any filing. You do not need to disclose it. Just remember, the gift that you're giving out is not tax deductible for you. You cannot remove it. You cannot reduce your taxable income for the gift that you gave. At the same time, the person who received the gift is not a taxable income for them either.
Because it's been already taxed. Well,
absolutely.
Right?
I'm glad you brought it up. So the gift is, as Sanjeevji rightly said, from your after-tax money. So you don't get the deduction and the person does not have to pay taxes. You have no filing obligation up until $17,000 of US gift per person to per person.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, Who needs, okay, so let's say if somebody decides to give $25,000, what happens between 17,000 and 25,000, and how is it reported? Who needs to report it?
Great question. So if the gift is more than $17,000 per person to per person, then what? If the gift is, let's say, $25,000, there is a form 709 that you are supposed to be filing.
Right.
More like 1040. 1040, if you recall, is for the personal taxes. Similarly, there is a form called 709 that you are supposed to be reporting to the federal government, to the IRS, saying that I gave, and please remember, the filing obligation is with the giftor, the person who is giving the gift,
Correct.
not with the person who is receiving the gift. And you ask, how much is the tax? Is the tax going to be on 25,000 or is the tax going to be on 8,000, meaning 25 minus 17?
Right.
And I say none. There is no tax liability. It's a reporting requirement.
Okay.
For the lifetime, one person in this country is allowed to give $12.92 million
Oh, okay.
in total for the lifetime.
But that's part of estate tax, right?
That's the estate limit. And
Correct.
estate limit is your lifetime limit for the gift.
Wow.
This is how it's defined as the
Alright.
estate, what you created.
Okay.
This is the estate limit. So up until $17,000 again, there is no form filing, no tax liability. If per person to per person gift is more than $17,000, then you have a filing requirement. You're expected to file the form 709, very easy form. You don't say 8,000 in our example, you will say 25,000. You have to report the full amount, not the total amount minus 17,000. You report the full amount, no tax liability. It's a filing requirement so the government can track how much money has been given out by this person.
Interesting. So gift tax and estate tax limits kind of put in together in a way.
Absolutely, they're interlinked.
Okay, so they are not, I mean, they are separate in a way. Okay, it's called estate tax and a gift tax.
Absolutely.
But, the same rule applies to that. You can go above 17,000, but up to 12.9 million, something like
so
that.
Estate, the word estate comes in the picture when somebody happens to pass away. Then at that time, there's a different form
Okay.
that is filed. 706 filing is done. In that filing, we see how much gifts this person who passed away has given away earlier, and then after passing, what's our total net worth?
Okay,
Meaning whatever is left over,
that's it.
that's also given out.
Sure.
So whatever money he has given out throughout his life when he was alive, plus what the total net worth for this person is, that's the total value of the gift at that time.
Got it.
This is
now,
the estate
now
concept.
couple of outside box questions.
Sure.
Can a spouse give a gift to his or her spouse?
There is no limit. So
There's no limit at all.
in the US system, a spousal gift, giving money to the spouse who you have been married to, there is absolutely no limit. You can give as much money. This is supposed, and depending on state to state. Some states have 10 years, some states have 3 years. After that period, all the money is considered as together. Meaning you can't really say, I got married 15 years ago, but I had this home before I got married. So it's my home, not yours. After a certain number of years, it's all ours, not yours and mine. So there is no limit placed on the spousal gift in the system.
If there's no limit, then does it have to be called gift? Does it have to be reported?
It doesn't have to be reported.
Correct,
It's
exactly.
not a gift.
All right. What about charity? If somebody wants to give a charity gift, how do you call that?
Well, if the charity is a US registered charity, we call it 501c3 charity. Then right now for this year, there is no limit. You can give 100% of your AGI, adjusted gross income, as donation, we call it, not gift. So take an example. If you are giving money to the priest, priest is not registered as 501c3.
Correct,
It's the
yes.
temple
It's a temple, yes.
that is registered as 501c3. So giving money to the temple is donation and tax deductible for you. Giving money to the priest is a gift.
Okay.
That is not tax deductible for you. Again, the gifts are not tax deductible. If you are giving money to the priest, which is not tax deductible, then the limit is 17,000 for 2023. If you are giving money to the temple, then you can claim it as deduction, and then for this year, the limit is 100% of your AGI,
Oh, okay.
adjusted gross income.
Right, good to know. Election season is around the corner, not this year, but
Absolutely.
the next year. If somebody wants to give a gift to any political organization or candidate, How does that work?
So a lot of these candidates and a lot of these political organizations in GFG, especially the larger ones, they will create a non-for-profit company for it.
Correct.
Say mayors, this and this, non-for-profit company for re-election. And in that case, they're trying to bypass the rule where they say, I'm creating
I got
a
it.
non-for-profit venture for the re-election for the benefit of this person, or they call it benefit of the society.
Okay.
Because if I happen to become the mayor, it will be better for the whole society. So I created my own non-for-profit company to collect the donations.
Okay, to make it easy and also to save on taxes.
That's right.
Anyway, viewers, so this was just the start of today's show, starting with the gift tax and combined estate tax. Now we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to bring in a foreign tax angle. And in the foreign tax angle, we're going to find out how does that foreign tax scenario works when you receive a gift from someone in India or when you give a gift to someone in India. And our guest, Mr. Amit Goel, will definitely shed some light on it. So please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the second half of the Tax Talk with AJ right here on ITV Gold. Once again, viewers, in case if you have just joined us, whatever information you need to know about taxes, that's where you'll find it right here in Tax Talk with AJ. And you can check out our past episodes also on the social media platform. And this entire show is brought to you by Sai CPA Services, a full-fledged accounting firm. Like I said, that firm which is known to do taxes right for their clients. And that is the most important thing to do, have your taxes done right way. Refund, not refund, that's a secondary thing. But do your taxes right, so that way you don't have to worry about it and the taxes are done right. And the second thing is that whatever deductions that you're entitled to get, Sai CPA Services will make sure that you get those deductions. So everything works out well. It's a win-win situation for you. And I want to add one more thing, that in case if you are in the middle of an IRS tax audit by any means, you can contact Sai CPA Services. They are very, very knowledgeable. They have worked extensively with IRS agents in the past and they continue to do so, and they can definitely help you out with IRS tax audit. So for all your tax matters, not only for yours but for someone in your family or in a friend circle that really needs help, have them call Sai CPA Services 908-380-6876 or SaiCPAServices.com. Gift tax, estate tax, that's what we started our episode, and now we're going to continue and we're going to bring in a foreign tax angle. Obviously, most of us, we come from India, and then we have relatives and we have our parents in India, and they also give a gift to their kids, and we also give them a gift. So we're going to give you more information on that. AJ, this is really interesting. In your 25 years of practice, have you really seen Indian parents giving gifts
it's very common,
to people, to kids in the US?
Absolutely, extremely common. Both ways. People who are first generation over here, they work very hard, try to save money, sending that money back to India is very common. When these kids are buying home, getting married, we have a lot of relatives, parents and otherwise, sending money from India is very, very common. So the gift is an opportune subject for this time of the year. When the summer is coming, you will see a lot of marriages, a lot of people buying home, a lot of foreign gifts are intermingled.
Very nice. तो इस बात को थोड़ी आगे बढ़ाते हैं, और हमारे साथ जो आज गेस्ट है अमित गोयल, who is actually CA, meaning Chartered Accountant from India, and Amit actually is the head of Sai CPA Services branch in India. They also have a branch in India, and they work together, Sai CPA Services US and Sai CPA Services in India. Amit, once again, welcome to the show. Good to have you here, and we are anxiously waiting for you to give us more information on a foreign gift. अब ये बताओ कि foreign gift, how does it work? मान लो कि आप इंडिया में हो, and then AJ is sending you a gift over there. तो वहीं पे कैसे accounting होती है, tax की क्या implications होगी?
Yeah, when a non-India person gives a gift to a US person, then there is a limit of $100,000.
Correct.
It's a combined limit for all related parties.
That's a non-Indian. That means somebody from India gives a gift to someone in the US.
Yes.
And that's 100,000 combined. So 100,000 total coming from father, mother, brother, sister, जो भी है, 10,000, 20,000, 25,000,
whatever it
जैसे
is.
भी. हाँ.
Whatever it
Makes
is, the limit is combined. That's
$100,000.
$100,000.
Okay, so that's one thing. So that means people in the US can receive up to $100,000. Now, AJ, how does that $100,000 here, is it taxable? How does
It's
that work?
not taxable. We just want our viewers to know, as Amitji rightly said, when somebody is getting gift, non-US person, as you said, is giving gift to a US person. The limit is $100,000 for all related parties. And I wanted to differentiate with what Amitji said, that for us, when we give the gift limit, it's per person to per person. We don't really say all related party. So just to take an example for our viewers, let's say if somebody is getting married and their mom is sending some gift, their dad is sending, their uncle is sending, their aunt is sending. If they are non-US person, all of that combined together is $100,000.
Correct.
This is from money coming from India to US. And this is per year, $100,000 per year limit, combine all related parties. From a US system, when we say $17,000 per person to per person, we are not combining it. Is mom can give 17,000 to son, dad can give 17,000 to son, and so on.
No, that's okay. That we talked about, but that's only for the U.S.
For the US side.
People living in the US. Now, what Amit said, 100,000 coming from India to people living in the U.S. as a gift, combined gift. I understood that, but I'm sure viewers got it also. What if someone in the U.S. wants to gift their family members in India? How does that work?
So as long as from our perspective, we are not going to give you the tax deduction for it.
Okay.
As long as, see, take a step back. The obligation is always with the giftor, person who is giving the gift. So in this example, the person who is giving the gift is in the US. US person is giving the gift to the Indian person.
So $17,000.
So 17,000 is the rule that we will apply. And if it's over 17,000, we'll ask you to do our 709 filing.
709. Okay. So what I was saying, Amit, is that if somebody gives a gift from US to India, okay, and let's say, as AJ said, that 17,000 is the limit, and they give exactly $17,000, is the $17,000 to be reported on that Indian citizen's tax return?
No, the $17,000 will not be reported in India. It's a limit in US only.
Okay. Fine. Now we understand clearly US versus India and India versus US. But what I want to know, just for curiosity, is that how does it work in India if an Indian wants to gift another Indian in India and they both are filing their tax returns? What's the limit and how is it reported on their tax returns?
The limit is of 3 lakh rupees in India if an India person gives a gift to an India person.
Okay. So 3 lakh rupees.
Yes.
That's not bad. So now we understand that in India, it's a 3 lakh. If an Indian person gives another Indian person up to 3 lakh rupees, no gift tax. And coincidentally, 3 lakh is also the limit of the income that you are required to file a tax return. Okay. Now lately, I have just read in the news that now they are linking Aadhaar card and the PAN card with the tax returns.
Where all your income in US is linked to the social security number.
Correct.
Your W-2, your 1099, your mortgage, your bank interest. So everything gets automatically reported to the government first before you actually receive the money.
Correct.
I think that's where the Indian system is leading by connecting these Aadhaar card, by everything, right? Amitji?
Yeah, right.
All right, so now having understood exactly how this gift tax works in India, India versus US and US versus India, right? My question to you is that I want to bring in a company angle. If someone owns a company and through the company, if they want to gift person in US, how does that work?
Then in this case, if a company wants to give a gift to a person working in the US, then the limit is $17,339.
Okay, and that's the only company owner, the CEO, the president, only that person can give it, right?
No, the company.
The company.
The CEO is not deciding in this case, the company is deciding to give the gift. So if you take a step back, you wonder out loud, for person, the gift is $100,000. for the corporation, why the limit is so low, because a company typically does not give the money.
Correct.
Company typically gives money for the compensation because you provided the services. That's why the limit is kept so low, so people don't really call their salary as a gift.
Okay.
Oh, I'm working for them, they are giving me the money.
I see.
And gift is supposed to be based on certain reasons. Why are you giving money to this person only? Somebody is getting married, somebody is doing something. If the money is coming from the company account in India, then the limit is much lower.
Okay, good. Thank you for clarifying that. Now let's talk about penalties. When and how much penalties really apply to it. Let's say somebody made a mistake, somebody didn't report it, or somebody gave more than they're supposed to give.
Absolutely. So the penalties can be anywhere from 5% to 25% for a foreign gift, assuming the foreign gift was transferred to US, meaning the gift actually came in US. If the gift was left in a foreign country, then the limits will be different. So you have to be careful. 5% to 25% is a general criteria for the gift that were transferred to US, meaning the cash, whatever the liquid asset. If the gift that you received is a property, is a land, a house that's still in India, then other than filing the necessary gift form, you may have the other filing requirement related to FBAR and FATCA as well, because now you own the foreign asset which is transferred under your name. In that case, you may have to consider 8938 filing or 3520 filing for the foreign gift filing. So you just have to look at your situation and work with somebody who knows what they are doing to make sure you're not really doing something wrong unintentionally. You keep it compliant.
All right, as we are inching towards the end of the show, Amit से मुझे ये प्रश्न पूछना है कि Amit, while you are in US and you are a CA from India, and of course you are part of Sai CPA Services and their CPS and everything, मुझे आपसे ये पता करना है कि how do you find tax structure, tax brackets in the USA versus in India? I mean, मतलब यहाँ पे आपको ठीक लग रहा है कि इंडिया में tax brackets सही है? What do you think?
यहाँ पे टैक्स ब्रैकेट लीनियंट है, इस वजह से यहाँ पे 95% लोग टैक्स पे कर रहे हैं. बट इंडिया में टैक्स स्ट्रक्चर थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, इस वजह से वहाँ पे 5% पे करते हैं अराउंड.
तो यहाँ पे 95% पे करते हैं, 5% पे नहीं करते. तो इंडिया में 5% पे करते हैं, 95% पे नहीं करते.
Now it's amazing to see कि US में everything is connected with the social security number.
Correct.
So a lot more people are paying taxes than compared to, for example, India, जहाँ पे the total tax burden है that's carried by 5% people. So even though the tax rates are higher in India, but the tax collection in total is much lower because all the taxes are collected by a few people over
But
there.
now I understand that it's changing now. I
It
think
is,
they
it is.
made
Absolutely.
some really good changes. From bottom up,
I'm
and slowly
very
by slowly,
impressed.
there are more and more people are paying
I'm very
taxes.
impressed.
Because when you have Aadhaar card, PAN card, other details linked to it, right? And you don't file a tax return, even though let's say you made 5 lakh rupees, minimum requirement is 3 lakh rupees, right? यहाँ पे हमारे तो ऐसा है नहीं कि minimum requirement you don't have to file tax return.
We have. The minimum requirement is $12,950 over here, and every year it increases by $150.
But hardly anybody.
You can't
falls
survive
into
in
that
this money.
category. Exactly.
It's meant for kids.
Correct.
You have a part-time job.
Correct.
You are going to school, and you don't have to file the taxes. That's the idea behind it.
Otherwise, everyone files a tax return. कि
Absolutely.
चलो ठीक है, refund भी नहीं आया, pay भी नहीं करना है, eventually it's a 0-0, whatever it is.
Think about it.
But at least it goes in the system.
You go for mortgage, you go for loan, you go for anything.
You're going to need last 2 years, 3
You
years
need the
tax
tax
returns.
returns.
Yeah, bilkul, absolutely.
So how could you not file it?
Exactly.
In India system, maybe I'm extremely impressed the way they have implemented the Paytm applications, the rupees system. Now, even the grocery guys, the hawkers, the street hawkers, Ready Wala, they have this Paytm board where you can pay electronically.
That's right,
It's an amazing thing.
Time has changed, and time has changed for better in India. Well, anyway, Amit, you plan to do a CPA here in USA?
Yeah, of course.
That would be nice. Wish you lots of luck with it. Thank you for being part of the show. And AJ, as always, thank you so very much. Viewers, this is the Tax Talk with AJ. And in today's episode, we covered gift tax, estate tax, and the foreign tax. Hopefully that information will definitely help you out. Now we got a couple of more weeks left before the tax deadline comes in. So we're going to bring you more information on your personal taxes, because that's what you really need to know. That's what the deadline is all about. Till then, continue to watch ITV Gold. I am Sanjeev Pandya, wishing you all happy and tax-free days ahead. So long.